Hello, and thank you for joining us for our second virtual community outreach meeting for the Davis Senior High School Bond Projects, which includes information regarding the construction of a new STEM building, Aquatic Center, and career technical education program enhancements on campus. My name is Nicole Banks, the Bond Communication Specialist for the Davis Joint Unified School District, and I'll be your host for this virtual meeting. The purpose of this presentation is to keep our community informed on the work that will be taking place on the Davis High School campus over the course of the next 2.5 years, and to gather your input or concerns as we move forward. We will also outline the DJUSD Bond Program, define the facilities project's processes, share key aspects of each project, and give you the opportunity to provide feedback. To begin, DJUSD would like to extend a big thank you to the Davis voters for the passage of Measure M, which allows for the construction of these beautiful buildings. Since said passage, the district has sold all $150 million worth of bonds related to Measure M, and as a result, was able to secure an outstanding financing rate, saving Davis taxpayers more than $79 million in interest over the term of the bonds. In addition to the Measure M bonds, the district has compiled additional funds to be used on bond projects of $76 million. This bond program is the largest construction program the district has undertaken, and we are excited to bring these much-needed improvements to our students and our school communities. Each project in our bond program has similar project phases. The first phase is the programming and schematic design phase, where we work to determine what the building will be used for and ensure that the designated spaces within that building can meet the desired need. For these projects, all of the programming and schematic design work has been completed, and the board approved the schematic designs. Once project location is finalized, the project moved into the design development phase. At this point, construction details are established, which include specifics such as finishes, heating and cooling systems, and colors. Architects will then create construction documents, which must be approved by the Division of State Architect, also known as DSA. DSA approves all plans for public school construction in California. The DSA approval process typically takes between 3 to 6 months. Once the plans are approved by DSA, we enter into the construction phase for the project. To examine each bond project in more detail, this presentation will cover all 3 career technical education projects: the new STEM building, the construction of a new aquatic center, as well as the re-roofing of the library and administration buildings. Take a look at what our new Davis Senior High School campus will look like once all construction is complete. As you can see, the high school will undergo extensive construction activity. All construction projects can be disruptive, and DJUSD is committed to reducing and mitigating construction impacts. The high school is a busy and vibrant campus, and the improvements these new facilities will bring to the instructional program, students, staff, and community will be amazing. Davis Senior High School has a long and very successful career technical education program. While CTE programs have developed and grown, the performance of the CTE facilities have not. In 2020, DJUSD submitted state CTE facility grant applications for the agriculture, transportation, and engineering robotics pathways. The grant applications were approved in late 2020, and as a result, Davis High received $6.2 million in state CTE funds, which will be matched with $8.3 million in Measure M funds to complete CTE projects at the high school. Improvements will include enhancements for the engineering, robotics, transportation, and agriculture programs at Davis High. CTE construction activity will occur on the western portion of the campus. The southern half of the stadium parking lot will be used as a construction yard to store materials and support all three CTE project enhancements. Construction activities are anticipated to begin this spring. Beginning in the spring of 2022, the CTE agriculture pathway will begin improvements to existing shops, the barn and greenhouse, a shade structure, and the animal care area. During program construction, the high school ag classes, staff, and students will be temporarily housed in other classrooms on site. Temporary housing for livestock, however, is currently being determined. Construction activities for the Ag CTE projects will occur in the Ag classroom, just north of the All-Student Center, the Ag barn, and the greenhouse. Each of these buildings are outlined in red. There will be extensive improvements to the Ag building, which will include 14 welding booths, 8 student work tables, a new air compressor room, and a new staff room. New electrical infrastructure will also be provided, which will support the new welding and fabrication equipment. Furthermore, enhancements will be made to the animal care facilities and the greenhouse, highlighting a new tool shed, retaining wall, animal exercise ring, and additional pens. Concurrent to the CTE Ag program improvements, the transportation pathway will focus on the expansion of a new vehicle bay, specifically designed to support electric vehicles. During construction, students and staff will continue to have access to the existing classroom and vehicle bays. The floor plan for existing bays are pictured here in the shaded area. The additional bay construction will include features such as a motorized roll-up door, lifting equipment, washing stations, a tool storage cabinet, and electric vehicle charging stations, just to name a few. This rendering shows the planned front canopy, which will be a new addition to the existing vehicle bays and included in the construction of the new bay. Rolling into our third CTE program, the success of the Davis High Robotics Engineering pathway speaks for itself, and the program has done an amazing job given the limitations of the existing facilities. Beginning in spring 2022, this project will provide a long overdue expansion of the robotics engineering facilities by constructing 2 additional classrooms and enhancing existing robotics spaces as well. The centerpiece of the engineering robotics project is a 7,800 square foot expansion. This new building will be constructed immediately south of the existing robotics rooms and will provide new fabrication space and an appropriate robotics competition space. The footprint of the planned project is significant and will infill the majority of the open space at the corner of 14th Avenue and Oak Street. In addition to the new building, new landscaping, including required bioswales, will also be constructed. This rendering displays the new robotics engineering building. It will be a beautiful focal point located just at the southwest corner of campus for students, staff, and the surrounding community to enjoy. Since the Davis High campus and site are essentially built out, and given the location of the existing robotics engineering facilities, the only feasible location for the new space is the southwest corner of the school site. Unfortunately, this placement requires the removal of existing trees. We value our trees and their benefits to our community and environment. The loss of these trees will be offset by the planting of at least 30 new trees at Davis High over the course of the next 24 months. With a project budget of $31.2 million, the new Davis Senior High School STEM building is the single largest project in the Measure M Bond program. This project showcases the importance of the sciences to the high school as well. This will be an immense building placed on the east side of campus, adjacent to the Brunel Theater. Construction start is anticipated for summer 2022, with completion for fall 2023. As you can see, using this visual, the STEM building project requires the removal of 2 existing small solar arrays and will also result in the loss of the southern 3 tennis courts. During the fabrication period, the middle 4 tennis courts will also be unavailable for use, as they will be utilized to house and stage materials for the construction of the new STEM building. Post-build, all 4 courts will be repaired and resurfaced for use once again. 2 new outdoor learning areas will complement the new building. The garden, to the west of the building, will provide learning opportunities to explore environmental education, and the yard on the east side of the building will provide space for gathering and student work. This is the design for the first floor of the STEM building. It showcases 6 new classrooms, storage areas, and support spaces, and includes the provision of student, staff, and all-gender restrooms. The second floor of the STEM building is similar to that of the first and will also comprise of 6 additional classrooms, added storage areas, as well as support spaces. Student, staff, and all-gender restrooms will also be provided on this floor. This exciting 2-story, 17,000 square foot building will provide a new focal point for the east side of Davis Senior High School. To further expand on the construction of the new STEM building, we understand it will have a significant impact to the high school and community tennis players, and we are preparing plans to mitigate these impacts. DJUSD has hired a design team to plan and prepare cost estimates to possibly construct 3 new tennis courts to the north of the existing row of 5 courts, repair and resurface 9 existing courts, and shift the existing soccer field and lights to the north in an effort to accommodate the planned 3 new courts. Upon the completion of the STEM building and pending construction cost estimates and project approval of the additional 3 courts, there will be no net loss of courts. Our final bond project at Davis High is the new Aquatic Center. Davis has a robust aquatics community, and since the high school was constructed without a pool, the Davis High swimming and water polo programs must practice and play at off-site pools. Additionally, there is no opportunity for aquatic PE courses, water safety education, or community aquatics at the high school. That will soon change with the completion of the new Aquatic Center. Beginning in the fall of 2023, construction for this project will include 17 lanes, 2 1-meter diving boards, space for regulation floating goal water polo courses, as well as changing rooms, restrooms, an equipment room, and deck and spectator spaces. Using the visual of the future Davis Senior High School site plan, the new Aquatic Center will be constructed immediately to the east of the North Gym. This is the floor plan view of the new Aquatic Center. It shows the 17-lane pool, the new changing rooms and restrooms, bleachers to accommodate spectators, and the new mechanical building to the right. It is important to note that DJUSD remains committed to the Aquatic Center, and construction for this exciting new facility will begin in fall 2023, immediately following the completion of the STEM building. In the early stages of planning bond projects at Davis High, a simultaneous build of the STEM building and Aquatic Center was considered. However, with the hiring of contractors, each project's scope is now more clearly defined. The simultaneous build of both projects would have significant influence on the student and staff parking, day-to-day school operations, and the safety of pedestrian flow on site. Of paramount importance is that the construction of the Aquatic Center will require the removal of 10 existing portable classrooms, which pre-planning committees at Davis High agree would put an unreasonable burden on the education programs, students, and staff at Davis High. The decision for a consecutive build of the STEM building, followed by the Aquatic Center, allows the provision of 12 new classrooms in the STEM building to absorb the loss of the aforementioned 10 portable classrooms. Consecutive construction will also have a less impactful presence on campus and for the Davis High community as a whole. With that being said, this is our anticipated Davis High project schedule. Construction is planned to begin this spring with the start of the CTE projects and continue through fall 2024 with the completion of the new Aquatic Center. As previously mentioned, construction of the Aquatic Center will begin immediately upon the completion and occupancy of the STEM building in the fall of 2023. This summer will also bring additional work to the Davis High School campus, commencing with the necessary roof replacements for both the administration building as well as the library. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to join us for this presentation, and we hope that you will continue to stay informed and engaged on this project. You can find a great deal of information about these projects on our website, including an in-depth look at the schematic packets for each build at Davis High, located just below the presentation. Project and schedule updates will also be posted to our project pages, so make sure to bookmark www.djusd.net/bond to visit us regularly. You can find additional bond information and subscribe to the DJUSD Bond Program e-newsletter by visiting our website. We would love to hear your thoughts on these projects at Davis Senior High School. You can send feedback to our email, facilityplanning@djusd.net. The comment period for this presentation will end on Friday, February 11th, 2022. All of your emails will be shared with our bond team. Thank you for watching, and we hope that you and your family are well.